Belshire Vestige.
And here we go on Belshire Vestige, spawning the top left-hand corner of the map. The red Protoss player representing Team Root. It is Buck. It is Buck.
Pika, Buck. How awesome would it be if we just announced player names for now with a Pikachu voice?
Pika.
I think that would be a great idea.
We should just do different video game voices. This one's going to be Mario. Down here in the bottom right-hand corner of the map, the blue Zerg player representing the evil geniuses, it's a Jaedong.
I'm not sure if that was Fuser or Mario.
Well, you know what? I think Fuser and Mario are pretty similar.
Yeah, a little bit.
Same voice, same physique.
Puck scouting very early.
Different country of origin.
Wants to make sure nothing crazy happens, but Jaedong are playing this pretty normal with a 15 pool, not going hedge first. Worried perhaps about getting cannon because of that early probe. The pylon is down outside of the natural, but no forge anywhere to be seen. Seems like Puck is even going to go Nexus before forge, despite scouting the spawning pool. He's going to keep the links busy.
Bad manner, man. That's Grand Theft Mineral. Steals 5 minerals from Jaedong's little line there. Jaedong's going to go ahead and send 2 drones out to make sure that no pylon goes down, or at least Puck is not able to block.
So it's pretty hard to keep blocking the hatch while getting your Nexus down, and that's exactly what we see. And it's even harder to keep doing it while you also want to get your Forge down. So parting do it once. You have to buy so much time for 150. And now basically just now with 60 more minerals while doing this at home, you would have been able to drop that pylon. If you're able to get it done though, you slow the Zerg down quite a bit. But yeah, other than parting, I have not seen many people do it correctly. Every time I do it, I forget my Nexus. I'm doing well. And then,
oh, dang. Critical part of the build order neglected.
Yep, or the forge is late, or that extra pylon. I supply work myself for so long that...
That's so common at every level but the top level of Starcraft. It's like you get really focused on this one thing, and then you forget to do the other 20 things that are so important to your play.
I always see you doing that as well.
All the time.
You're so focused on like running around with units and always being mobile that you forget you have 3,000 minerals in your bag.
All the
And you're still on the ring
man.
Loach against Archon Colossus. And then you're like, just can't beat Protoss, man.
I don't know, Ben.
I don't know, Ben.
3K. I think you should probably try to spend it.
And then you're like, it doesn't matter, man. It really doesn't matter. We see the third hatch going down for Jaedong, as of course the Overlord did identify the fact that there is a pylon and a Nexus going down. So Jaedong is going to have a pretty booming economy. I'm very curious to see how Puck is going to follow this up. I know in the old days he played a lot of Stargate as well. But we've kind of learned that like just going straight up Stargate without having some sort of gateway follow-up or something cute with Dark Templars, it can still work. Like every now and then you see pros play like the most standard way. Phoenix into 3 base into Colossus, and somehow they hold like a boss and win. But I don't think that it's the strongest way to play anymore. Certainly not against the Zerg like Jaedong, who's just going to drone up like crazy. And probably not take too many damages of just Phoenixes. That I think Puck's going to have to bust something else out.
Now, Jaedong has stayed gasless for a long time, and he's already up to 3 hatcheries. So he's playing big macro style. Puck still hasn't shown us any hint as to which direction he wants to take this game. And I gotta say, I already like the way it's shaping up for a Zerg player who's been able to freely get up to 3 base with literally no attempt at aggression. I'm almost expecting to see +1 start and Puck prepare a big gateway attack.
You think with lots or just like 4 gates and then a follow-up?
I kind of think, well, there's extra gases going down, so that already messes up my idea a little bit.
Oh, you can still, no. Not even a 7-gate with double gas, unless he would pull the probes away from the main base and start mining gas in the natural. Something that I thought Bling was going to do once against Dimag at Home Studio Cup, and then he did it. I felt like a boss. That was the best feeling. I don't think that Puck's going to do it though.
Calling shots like a boss. Robo does go down, so we are going to see pretty standard. Well, I guess it doesn't necessarily mean standard play. There's still a lot of options inside Puck's range right now. This could be some kind of a crazy immortal play. This could just be standard.
What if he goes Stardust this build?
Wow. Then Jaedong is
just gonna scream, oh, no, not again! But he's kind of good against it by now. Like the way that game played out between Jaedong and Stardust on Valshir, that was so nuts because Jaedong did everything right in the start. It's absolutely ridiculous that that push eventually did somehow work. I do not think that we're gonna see something like that again though.
This is a really sweet scout by Jaedong.
Maybe he's going for what we saw Maxset do. You know, getting just an observer and then a warp prism and still go with gateway units only.
That is a very real possibility. We see 4 gates going down. This could be a fake. This could be a
no, I don't think it's gonna be a fake.
Deliberate in your face kind of a build out of Puck, who's now up to 5
Oh, he's
gateways.
dropping a Twilight. Never mind. He's gonna switch it up. So he's not gonna do what we saw. Who was it?
Well, there's
Oz,
the Warp
right?
Prism.
Oz did it. 62 drones right now
Oh,
for Jaedong.
he's just getting Twilight for +2.
I think he's just gonna.
No, he's
play
gonna
a macro
really?
game.
You're gonna take a third?
8 minutes and 50 seconds. It's still a pretty quick turn. He has a lot of probes already, but he's up to 52 workers. So Hydralisk going down for Hydralisk then going down for Jaedong. I like that a lot because this entire army from Puck is not very good against Hydralisk unless he gets the best force fields ever. We see an Immortal in production now as well. +2 is being researched. So yes, man, I think we're gonna see him go up to 3 bases. I don't know why he didn't drop it yet. Perhaps a little bit
Maybe
worried.
he was just trying to clear it and make it look like that's what his plan was. Here's the Warp Prism, so we could see a big warp in the main base of Jaedong. I don't think this Warp Prism's been spotted yet. So it's going to be 4 Zealots plus maybe 5 more with...
Yeah, that's a
+1?
lot. That's a very big investment.
Oh,
I don't
man,
think you
those
want to...
bridges
Unless
will
he
have-
gets sentries down, but I don't think he wants to do that. We can see right now he's not going to drop. Oh, he's going to get a surround on his queen.
Wow, that's
really
so
well
cute.
done.
Super cute. Kills the queen and is just going to book it out of there.
4 units surround. In Warcraft 3, we were going crazy over that.
Might try to do it again in the natural. Where's that other queen?
He's going to try to do it again. Puck, is he going to...
7 Hydras are going to pop out, and suddenly this was not a good investment.
Well, he kills 2 Hydras right now. If he's able to kill a handful of drones, and it's not all that bad. You could say that it sort of paid for himself. And above all, it kept Jaedong on the back feet. Still no third base, by the way, for Puck. So I guess it's going to be a 2-base play, but against Hydralisk...
I'm suddenly very uninspired by the build we're seeing here out of Puck, who's warping in more units, but
This is late. It's
But
10.
Jaedong's now on 62 drones. He doesn't have to actually make any more workers at this point. He knows that there's no third because there's an Overlord back there.
Actually, it's not too late if you think about the fact that it's also a Blink a +2 build, but he's going to need really, really good force field. That's what it all boils down to. It's still definitely possible. He's going to get an Observer as well, but he's going to need really, really good force
Losing
fields.
the Warp Prism also really slows him down, Kev. How's he going to reinforce this? He's going to have to bring up a pylon.
Yeah, it slows him indeed down a little bit, but I think at this point it's not really about getting there as quick as possible anymore. Jaedong was building drones, by the way. He's up to 67. It's kind of ridiculous. Creep spread is reasonable. There is an Observer though. He's rebuilding the Warp Prism, so you're right about that. Here comes that engagement. I don't think Puck really wants to fight yet. Jaedong doing that so well.
That's exactly what Jaedong wanted to do. He wasn't trying to pick a fight. He was trying to bait the force field energy. He knows this is a 2-base all-in because, again, he has that Overlord at the 3rd base. And he can see exactly what Puck is now. Suddenly, Puck's army looks a little bit more reasonable. That is a ton of Stalkers.
16 Stalkers with +2, man. He has a lot of force fields as well, easily more than 10 force fields, but he's down so far in the army supply.
gosh.
Jaedong should kind of try to set up a flank, I think. Perhaps he feels he doesn't have enough units for that, but I think he does. Instead, he's just going to spread it out. This is kind of a hard area to force field as well. I love how
Puck's just
Jaedong is
gonna
playing this out so far.
Open up these rocks and create a little bit more space for himself. Some reasonable force fields.
But he's not killing a lot of units yet.
Yeah. And now the first actual engagements are going to go down, and Jaedong's not really able to fight, so this is a pretty good angle for Puck, who's going to want to
the roaches
there's
are
some
trapped
good
in the
force
mineral
fields.
line
Now
as
we're
well.
talking. And if Puck can keep up this kind of force fielding, he might be able to thin out the army of Jaedong. Supply-wise is getting closer,
Yep.
and there's the reinforcing Stalkers, so now it's all going to come down to the actual blink control as the sentries are out of energy. Immortals in the front absorbing a bit of damage, and this is not going that badly for Puck.
Not at all. The Hydras, of course, are a little bit scary. A lot of roaches are on the way, but these are +2 Blink Stalkers. If he micros perfectly, he might be able to battle
That's
through.
really good blink control out of Puck, who's keeping so many damaged Stalkers alive, and Jaedong is in huge trouble. 3rd base is going to go
25
down.
Stalkers.
Now, Puck has got to be
done it,
careful
man.
not to quit at this point. He has got to keep pushing the issue because if he gives Jaedong time to reload.
There are 30 links on the way as well, and that's a little bit tricky. Of course, a lot of Blink Stalkers, but if they do get trapped somehow by all these links, it could still get a little rough. But I think so far this went fantastic for
Yes,
Puck, man.
sir.
He was very patient with his force field, but when he dropped them, he trapped so many roaches behind the mineral line.
I did not think that was going to work, but Puck did just an excellent job of nailing the execution. There's a Zealot Warp in to help with the Zerglings that he knows are coming. And here we go, what could be the final moments of this first map. Zealots getting in on the fight. Jaedong is forced to pull drones, and I can't believe it, but Puck is just crushing Jaedong right now. Good game. Puck leads 1-0. Just excellent play out of Puck. And it felt a little bit too slow. It felt